So, later that night, back in Sharlayan, yeah, this emergency meeting of the Forum has been called to order. And there's Graha already having gotten tongue-lashed quite a bit, I'm sure.
Forgive me. I was careless.
We would have been detained regardless. This way, at least, we managed to stay together. I trust your time within the Forbidden Archives was well spent.
Oh, it was? I guess we won't find out, though, until we get our asses kicked.
Come to order. This inquiry is now in session. As Speaker-elect, I will be presiding over the day's proceedings. Master Fortuner, would you be so kind as to restate the matter which compelled you to summon your colleagues with such urgency?
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
As you are all aware, we recently denied Eorzea's request for Sharlayan assistance. Since then, certain individuals dissatisfied with our decision have taken it upon themselves to interfere with our work. They entered our nation masquerading as associates of the students of Baldessian. But these malcontents are better known as the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. These militants wield influence with both the Eorzean and Eastern alliances, and are inextricably involved with the crises presently afflicting the world at large.
Yeah, not easy to keep our identities secret, was it?
Loose in our city, these warmongers sought to meddle with and expose matters of state secret. What are they, if not a dire threat to be expelled?
Damn. Yeah, and all the murmurs pretty much agree. And here's something you don't see often.
The good name of the students. Galuf would be ashamed.
Yeah, you don't see Crawl with her hood on, or off rather, much, if at all.
Galuf Baldessian was never one to forsake his fellow man. Even if this nation closed every door and retreated from the world, he would have found a way to help the Scions, help every soul of this star fight back against the coming doom.
A terrible enemy stands poised to lay waste to all we hold dear. In the face of such madness, Eorzea reached out to Sharlayan, a respected ally, in the hopes of forming a united front.
And we all know how that ended.
Was your curt dismissal truly the best you could offer? Or are you so preoccupied with your momentous duty of an age long past that even the end of the world is unworthy of your attention?
Because they don't see it as the end of the world. And like, how dare you say such
Whence came
things?
this revelation?
From the mouth of a Forum member within fortuitous earshot.
Then it seems your findings support my own.
So what do we do now to try and defend ourselves?
The reason I visited the restricted shelves was to study records of the Forum's policymaking process, to better understand the historical trends underlying their most major decisions. At first glance, the positions of neutrality in war and the accumulation of knowledge above all else appear constant and consistent, the unchanging pillars of Sharlayan society.
But
And once upon a time, I might have left it at that. These days, however, I am more attuned to the subtleties of governance, and so I noticed something odd.
yeah, what was that? Yeah, do tell, provided you don't get shot or something.
From a particular point in time, the purpose of these policies shifted. No longer was knowledge preserved for the benefit of society. Rather, society was to be gradually reshaped to ensure the preservation of knowledge.
Like, how could you say such
The
things?
most conspicuous and telling change was the one which befell Labyrinthos. Once little more than an oversized storehouse, an enormous allocation of funds saw it transformed into an advanced research and archival facility. I also discovered a fascinating account on the finances of our Dravanian colony. The settlement attracted students from far and wide, and the connections and tuition fees thus acquired were funneled into further improvements for the archives. Now, there is no question that our nation's progress is tied to the acquisition of wisdom. Nevertheless, the vast resources diverted for this purpose borders on the obscene. But returning to the matter of when, our change in course appears to have been made some 270 years ago.
When am I getting cut off?
The very same period when Sharlayan scholars in the hinterlands began a formal study of the ethereal sea. You found something, did you not? And whatever it was, gave rise to your oh-so-important duty.
Yeah, they've had enough.
Mind your tongue, Archon. If you had seen...
Uh-oh. What are you choking on? I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Yes. We are bound by a duty we cannot ignore.
Shall we guess who you were bound by that duty by?
Knowing this, what would you have us do? Abandon our vital work and join you on the field of battle?
Well, probably not to that extent. Like, you give us information and we use it in battle.
We will never choose the way of the sword. We will fulfill our mission, not through strife and bloodshed, but survival. Come what may, we shall live on. We must.
Do as you must, then. But we Scions will fight until the heavens fall, until our last breath.
Yeah, that includes those two.
Such misguided zeal.
Father,
Yeah, can't further
Master
that
Fortuner.
here.
I fail to understand the stance you have elected to take. But by the same token, I have yet to find a compelling argument to counter the challenge you put to us in Gridania. Still, in the midst of my uncertainty, I must trust in myself to do what is right, as others have chosen to trust in me.
Yeah, a little word to the wise from Arnvald.
So I will continue, as I always have, weighing the consequences of my every action, and allowing my hope for the future to inform my decisions.
That's quite enough. Have you all forgotten the reason for this assembly?
Yeah, to get rid of us.
Skolok Monteshane. He's the head of the studium and an old friend of my grandfather's.
Well, how much?
Honestly, every discussion devolves into some interminable debate. Terrible habit. Let's return to the topic at hand, hmm?
Oh yes, let's do that.
By their own admission, these Scions have resolved to fight alongside the Eorzean nations against the doom which swift approaches. But there exists no evidence of an attempt to incite our citizens to do the same.
Of course not.
Furthermore, while our decision may well have been the correct one, we cannot simply bull our way through these disagreements without inviting doubts or objections. Put yourselves in their place. Who among you would leave a tome unopened if an elder forbid you read it with no reason given? Now, if we're to quell further discontent, then we must conclude this matter with a fair and even hand.
Yeah, if we at least got ourselves some sort of respect.
We will have order! Master Montaigne raises some valid points. Keeping such concerns in mind, I propose we enforce the following measures.
And what's that?
Until further notice, the students of Baldessian are to cease any and all activities within the domain of Sharlayan.
Sorry, Kryl.
You will also refrain from any further investigation into the Forum's decisions and duties. Failure to comply with these restrictions will result in the immediate expulsion of your Scion associates. Let us put this judgment to a vote. All in favor, raise your hand.
Let's see who does. There don't seem to be as many people raising their hands as I would have thought. It's not as unanimous as it once was.
I count 51 for and 48 against. The proposal is passed.
Oh man. We were so close too.
Scions, you have heard the Forum's judgment. Pray abide by it, or face the consequences.
So now what do we do?
Honored members, I thank you for your time. This inquiry is concluded.
And so away they all go. I guess some are gonna stick around though. Probably to look at us still pissed off. So after getting our butts handed to us, Ishtola? Well, at least we've been allowed to remain in the city. And our endless investigations have not been in vain. We now know that this mysterious duty of theirs began with whatever the form discovered in the ethereal sea. With our freedoms so sorely curtailed, however, we will struggle to learn aught more of substance healing Sharlayan. Well, it's not like we learned that much in the first place. So we'll take, humbly, 448,000 experience points and 975 gil. Yeah, this isn't Ishgard. We're not heretics or anything, but we might as well be treated like them. So let's go ahead and speak with Alice again to take on our next Level Lady main story quest entitled Estate Visitor. Alice has a look of dissatisfaction. The overall picture has grown so clear, yes, but that's in spite of the form being so maddeningly vague about this duty of theirs. Why are they so reluctant to explain their actions in plain words? Because they're hiding something. Survival come what may. Is Father's work so vital that it takes precedence over his own family? Or what's left of it? Arfinode, Alice say, it is you! Who goes there? And who might you be? When I heard you'd been dragged before the Forum, I came as swiftly as I could. I'm so very glad they allowed you to stay. Mother? Yeah, this is their mom, apparently. Nice to meet you. Are you at least more compassionate than your husband? Well, starting off with a bow, I guess, is a good start. Emilion Slevier at your service. And you fine people must be the scions of the 7th Dawn. How lovely it is to finally meet you. Yeah, look how all shocked we all are. Yeah, because she's not like her husband. Mother, please, we don't wish to make things difficult for you. If word reaches Father that you are here... Oh, bother that. Am I to be chastised for speaking with my own children? I am well aware that you and Master Fortuno are not on the best of terms at the moment, but I've been absolutely desperate to see my darlings again. You will come by the house, won't you? I have gifts waiting. The timing couldn't be better. As matters stand, we shan't be going anywhere until we discuss matters with Thancred's group and reconsider our options. Go, visit your home. We'll be back at the annex when you're ready to rejoin us. I'm not sure Rika, what do you think? Well, it's not like I got anything better to do. Rika? The Rika Sasaki? Well, apparently you've heard about my forays and special events too. What a splendid day that this has turned out to be! Champion of Eorzea, I insist that you join us! Yeah, alright. But we must be quick about it. Not for my own benefit, but should my husband return and find you enjoying our hospitality, the servants will be made to suffer the consequences. Rika, if you'd be so kind as to escort my children to the estates. They don't need a bodyguard. And then she was gone, without any opportunity to protest. Why, you chuckling, Kryle? Indeed, the matter is settled. Enjoy yourselves, you three. Yeah, you head on back and we'll head on in the opposite direction. Yeah, we don't need to be dressed for combat for this. There we go. Alright, Alphanode. I apologize. My mother is not one to take no for an answer. Still, I am glad, relieved even, to see her in such high spirits. What say you, Rika? Though it seems we shall have little enough time to enjoy it, will you accompany us on our visit home? I believe I can do that. Fine. If we're going, then let's get it over with. But be sure to stay in the entrance hall. No peeking into our private chambers, thank you very much. What, I can't do girl things with you? Why ever not? Your room is always perfectly neat and tidy. Everyone has things that they keep to themselves, don't they? Cherished mementos you couldn't bring yourself to throw away. Childhood toys! What toys could you ever be interested in? I mean, never mind. Leather estate is that way, straight down the stairs. Come on. So the twins are now accompanying me. Yeah, we can't shortcut this and use the convenient Aether right behind me. No, no, no. We have to run over to the estate itself. And along the way, we have another one of these Tales of quest spots for dialogue. Let's speak with the twins about this bridge and its view. When Alice and I were little, this bridge was as far as we were permitted to wander alone. Yeah, cause look what's below. I say alone, but my mother or servant was always somewhere nearby, keeping a watchful eye. And now looking at us, traveling to different countries, different worlds even. And as for you, Alice? As children, Alphanode and I would often wait here for our father to come home from work. It must have been a day when his meetings ran long, because I remember growing restless and leaning out over the railing to watch the water rush by. Father, of course, arrived at that exact moment, came pounding down the path in a panic, crying out my name. Yeah, I'm sure it must have been quite an experience. Meanwhile, let's get on over to the Leveo estate. And there are quite a few people here already to check the place out. Hello there, Emilios. And here you are at last. Please do come in. So yeah, let's have a look inside. Yeah, that is quite a crew of servants.
Welcome home, my lady.
Yeah, they really they just stand there, wait for her to return. As we have a look at our surroundings and check out how beautiful this place is. Too bad the man of the house is a total prick. And we're just so gobsmacked.
What? What are you gawping at?
Your place is so beautiful. Yeah. All of its grandeur, Scion headquarters must have seemed squalid indeed, or just admiring the craftsmanship.
Oh, I suppose I never gave the decor much thought. I'm glad that you approve, I think.
Lord Fortuneau is not to hear of this visit.
And if he does...
And I should also like the children to have their gifts, ere my husband makes his return.
As you wish, my lady.
Yeah, and everyone else, do your respective tasks, whatever it is you're supposed to be doing.
Master Alphino, Mistress Alice, if you would accompany me upstairs.
We shan't be long.
Alright. Yeah, I'll see you back here soon. Yeah, we ladies need to chat.
The twins have been sending letters home from time to time, recounting their latest adventures. I am sure they withhold certain details, of course, if only to keep me from worrying.
Of course.
Yet a mother worries all the same. In the early days especially, I tried to support them as best I could, sending the Scion's coin and other such donations.
Behind your husband's back?
Fortunately, they have found the strength to overcome adversity time and time again. Their words grow more confident with every letter, their depictions more vivid. The triumphs and defeats, the joys and sorrows. It is clear that they have come to find value in every experience. But of those they treasure most, it would seem that meeting you might be the most impactful. Why, since that fateful day, I do believe there has not been a single missive in which you were not mentioned by name.
I guess they attended a lot of the special events that I've been to, and I wasn't even aware of it.
It is plain they care for you, and I am glad they have such a steadfast companion watching over them.
Well, I'm glad to be here for them.
Under normal circumstances, I would offer you tea, but alas, these are anything but.
Yeah, of course.
In any event, why don't you keep me company whilst we await my children's return? Perhaps you might regale me with a tale or two of your exploits.
Yeah, perhaps. I can tell you about everything that's happened with the other Warriors of Light that came before her. Yeah, because they've certainly passed down their stories to Rika too. So, later that night...
When you mentioned gifts, I wasn't sure what to expect.
Well...
Mother,
It's about time we got to finally see...
Oh, look how well it fits you. And the style is to your liking?
Yeah, we finally get to see the outfits that they were wearing in the trailers at long last.
it's perfect. Exactly what I would have chosen. But please, tell me you had something different made for Alphino.
Well, if anything else, I'm glad to see her no longer wearing that ugly brown coat that she got in Heavensward.
Naturally. You are hardly little children anymore. And while I shall miss dressing you in those precious matching outfits, I must respect the individuals you have grown to become.
I guess.
See for yourself.
Yeah, hey there, Alphino. Yeah, he's still wearing blue, but it's a little bit different.
Thank you for the splendid clothes, Mother. Stylish, comfortable, and eminently practical.
I am so glad you like them. They are, however, missing one final touch.
And what would that be?
If you would allow me, Master Alphino.
She seems so shy with that voice. Yeah. Put this on your back. Yeah, you're putting the books away for a while.
Wait. Are these...
A sage's tools of the trade. They belonged to your father.
Oh, great. Make it worse for Alpha Node. Yeah, look how shocked they are.
Though he may as well be chained to his desk these days. As a student, he was often called upon to venture into the field. He wielded those armaments, both to heal and to harm in no few battles. None so fierce as those you two have braved, perhaps, but battles nonetheless. Thus did I pull them out of storage, to show you that he was not always the man who stands in vehement opposition to you now. And also because it would be a terrible waste of ridiculously expensive House Leveilleur commissioned artistry.
Oh, and something else goes with it too. Ah, yes.
I am told these devices are quite difficult to master. But someone of your extensive experience should soon have them darting about with grace and aplomb. May the wisdom in that crystal serve you well. And please, try to find common ground with your father, that you might come and go without need for this awful subterfuge.
Why do I get the feeling it won't be that easy? Yeah, don't crush it.
We will, Mother. I promise.
My final gifts to you, before you run off, are an observation and a suggestion. Firstly, Fortuno has ever been a serious man, but it was only after you were born that he truly lost himself in his work. I may not know the Forum's inner workings, but I know your father's. The timing of that change in him holds some significance.
Hopefully not irrevocable.
Secondly, do not seek to best your father with words.
Obviously not.
Far better that you simply show him. Let him discover the merit of your actions, after they cannot be undone.
Why are we chuckling?
Oh, Mother.
We shall take your wisdom to heart. Thank you again for these gifts, and farewell for now.
Safe travels, my children. Eat well, stay warm, and keep your friends close.
And so away they go, as the sun rises. Geez, Fortuno really must get wrapped up in his work as Amélion suggested. It was nice to meet you too. Also, be honest. That new set of shorts that Alice wears does nothing for her figure. Let me explain what I'm talking about here. Let's pan the camera around, shall we? Be honest. This is just begging for Sir Mix-a-Lot to come in and start rapping. Be honest. Alpha Node? Thank you for indulging Mother's request. I can see it meant a lot to her, and I shall refrain from inquiring as to the content of your private conversation. Our visit was all too brief. For now, however, it will have to suffice, as will these tokens of home that we carry with us. These gifts to help us remember who we are and whence we came. But enough sentimentality. Let us return to the annex and rejoin our companions. Alright. And I'll rejoin you there. Also get used to seeing that on screen a lot more these days. Let's head on over to the annex. Alright, going back in. With our tails pretty much between our legs. Alright, Kryl. Enjoyed your time with the Leviers, I hope? I would ask how the twins fared, but their new outfits tell the tale. I can only hope that we can help them to reconcile with their father, and that they might return home one day with their heads held high. In the meantime, we edge ever closer to the secret of the Form strives to hide, and the flower bequeathed to you by Heidelin is sure to guide us going forward. I'm confident that once you've scouted out the situation at Thavnair, we'll be well equipped to plot out our next move. Let's hope you're right about that. So, we'll take our experience to 1,175 gil. And completion of that main quest gets us to experience level 81. So yeah, we're already at 81 before we even go and join the boys on their trip to Thavnair. But we're not going to go to Thavnair next time because since a whole bunch of side quests open up in Labyrinthos, we're going to prioritize those first next time. But yeah, don't worry, we're not going to get in trouble with the Forum again if we go back to Labyrinthos. We'll be perfectly fine to head on down there and do some checking out of the various quests that are available. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow. Or whenever I can get back onto the game, because thankfully it did not take me as long to get into the game. It took me an hour and a half this time as opposed to 2 hours. But there were a couple of scares there. Like, there were a couple of instances when even on the launch screen for your login, the launch screen wasn't loading properly. I'm thinking to myself, oh no, it can't possibly be. Thankfully, the problem was resolved. I think my computer was just probably trying to download an automatic update or something that caused that to happen. But thankfully, don't need to worry about that, at least not for now. But we're going to go ahead and call things here, and then tomorrow, quote unquote, we will proceed to move on back to Labyrinthos to check out the various side quests before we help the boys over here in Thavnair. So, knowing that we have those guys to work with, and knowing that the twins are now decked out in their new looks, they definitely have, I guess, a resolve and an improved confidence, as it were. And we'll see if next time when I team up with them that we can't put it to good use. So, with that, I'd like to thank everyone for watching the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker live here on Twitch. I look forward to seeing you guys back here again next time. So, thank you very much everyone for watching, and until next time everyone, may you ever walk in the light of the crystal.